Good morning. We are going to work on lesson 4.4 today, and it's all about properties of logarithms. And so in 4.2, we started learning about exponential functions, and then we moved into logarithmic functions and how they're inverse functions of each other. And when you graph them, they are symmetric around the line y equals x. And then we also learned how we can go back and forth translating between the exponential form to the logarithmic form. And today we're going to learn some properties of logarithms that we can actually pull them apart and put them back together using these properties to help us find some solutions. But we're really going to use the solutions in the next lesson where we actually solve some equations. But today we're just going to learn about the properties. So the first property we're going to learn about is the product property. And the product property says that if we have the log base A of a product, x times y, that we can separate that out and say that's the log base A of the x plus the log base A of y. So the product turns into an addition. Okay, so the product turns into an addition of them separated. So let's look at number 5 as a good example of this. Number 5 says they're letting the log of 5 be approximately 0.699 and the log of 7 be approximately 0.8451. And it says use these approximations to evaluate the logarithm without the use of a calculator. So then check your answer with a calculator. So this log of 35 is number 5, which means we can break this apart because this is log base 10. So this is log base 10 of 7 plus the log base 10 of 5, because 5 times 7 is a product that makes 35. And then we know the log base 10 of 7 is 0.8451 plus the log of 5 is this approximation of 0.6990, and we can add them to be 114. So approximately 1.5441. 1.5441. And we can check this out in our calculator here. If we do just the log of 35 and we get 1.5441 rounded. That's pretty cool. Then we're going to do the same thing for the power property. The power property says that if you have log base A of x to a power k, we can bring that power k out in front and multiply it by the log base A of x. So number 9 says the log of the square root of 2, and we can write that as the log of 2 to the rational exponent of 1/2. So this is really 1/2 times the log of 2. And the log of 2 they gave us is approximately 0.301 there in the book, if you look at that. And so 1/2 of 0.301 is approximately 1/2 of 0.3, so it's approximately 0.15005. And the third property we're going to work with today is the quotient property. So the quotient property says the log base A of this quotient of x dividing by y can be broken apart as a subtraction, a difference. So the log base a of x minus the log base a of y. And so the division or the quotient goes to subtraction, just like up here, the multiplication or product goes to addition. So let's look at number 7. Number 7 is the log of base 10, which we don't write, but of the quotient of 2 over 5. So this can be broken apart of the log 2 minus the log 5. And the log of 2 is an approximation of 0.301, subtracting the approximation of 5, which is 0.699. So we get approximately a negative 0.398 0.398 when I subtract that. Okay, so the rest of the problems that I want to work with are all just about using the properties. Okay, so log of x times y to the third. So we just want to separate this out. So the problems here, 13 through the problems like 13 through 29 or 28 are all using the properties to eliminate all the exponents and the sums of differences. So, so we're going to first, we can see that there's a product here. So this is going to be a log of x times, I'm sorry, plus the log of y to the third, because that's a product going to an addition. And then this, we can use our power property here. So this will be the log of x plus, we're going to bring the 3 out front, the 3 times the log of y. Number 15 is, again, we have a product, and then we can see that we've got some exponents here. So let's separate the product. So we have the log of the cubed root of x plus the log of the 4th root of y. And then let's write these as rational exponents. So the log of x to the 1/3 plus the log of y to the 1/4. Then we can use our power property to bring these exponents out in front. So the result is 1/3 log of x plus 1/4 log of y. These are fun once you get used to them. So it might be helpful for you to write these properties on like a note card or a separate piece of paper that you can kind of keep next to you while you're working and acknowledging what you're using each time. Okay, so number 17 is a little bit trickier. So we have a quotient here. So let's split these apart first. So log of the 4th root of x minus the log of y to the -1. And so this is log of x to the 1/4. Let's just rewrite that. Subtracting, we can bring, we'll do our power property in a minute. So now let's do our power property on both of these. So this power can come out front, 1/4 times the log of x minus, and then this -1 comes out front, log of y. And so this becomes a positive And so this can be written 1/4 log of x plus log of y. And you could flip these around if you wanted, log of y plus the 1/4 log of x. Okay, number 19 is another quotient problem. So let's separate those first. So we have the log of x squared y to the 5th minus the log of 10